Siberius, and we about to get serious. It's the real Siberius, making fanboys furious.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome to The Real Siberius. On this episode, I wanted to talk about there needs to be 2 record books. I've been thinking about this for a while now, and after watching AOH's last video, he mentioned something similar, so I felt like I needed to make a video about this. So the first record book is for players that actually played basketball. They played against hand checking and didn't have a 3-second rule. They weren't allowed to travel or carry or foul bait and flop. They faced real competitors and real competition. They played lots of back-to-backs. They didn't load manage or fake injuries. They played physical basketball and didn't cry about elbows or push-offs. They were worried about the game, not the incidental contact. Their assists weren't passes. Their rebounds were contested. They played defense. They had great footwork. They set screens, not moving ones. They boxed out. They didn't endlessly chuck up threes because they had an actual mid-range game. They had finesse, poise, character, integrity, and class. They didn't worry about 10-point streaks or triple-doubles. They worried about winning. The second book comes with a huge asterisk and a subtitle that says, all these records should be taken with a huge grain of salt. Real, actual fans of the game have zero respect for this book because while it is technically still the NBA, it's no longer basketball. It's accidental basketball at best. Even though the book itself has a huge asterisk on the cover, some of the records within have asterisks of their own, and some just say lie next to them. I'm not even going to go into the requirements to make it into the second book, because there aren't any. Kareem's all-time scoring record is in the first book. LeBron's is in the second because he didn't meet the standards to be listed in the first book. Westbrook's all-time career triple-double record is in the second book because Oscar Robertson's is in the first. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. You cannot be a benchmark for others to live up to when you have failed to live up to the benchmark set before you. I don't accept or praise mediocrity, and I don't reward fish for swimming. I take basketball seriously. I take accolades and records seriously, which is part of the reason why I feel there needs to be 2 books. Also, to be considered an all-time great, you have to be in the first book. We don't rank or rate individuals for the second book as all-time greats, because they're not. They're simply people that played a game. I don't move goalposts, and I absolutely don't glaze half-assed efforts for pedestrian accomplishments. Records mean something. Accolades means something. Winning means something. I had posed the question in my comments about when the shift towards stats and personal accolades took over and winning and losing stopped mattering. And I can't remember exactly the response that I got was, and I probably should have checked before I started making the video, but I believe that they were saying that it took place around 2005, 2008. I can't remember. But there was a dramatic shift in competition, and winning started losing its merit. I think the example that they gave was when LeBron started losing in the finals and they decided, you know, the chosen one isn't really working out, so now we're going to have to manufacture it. We're going to have to give it to him because he can't earn it on his own. And it was kind of since that moment. So maybe it was 2009. Anyway, That's when the shift seemed to have taken place. And since then, it's just gotten worse. It's just gone downhill. In AOH's recent video, he was showing the pathetic, disgusting effort that LeBron was putting in to get his 10th rebound, calling out and yelling about AR. And then when he finally got his 10th rebound and he's sitting on the bench talking shit like he actually accomplished something. And then the Lakers crowd were cheering him for it. And then in the next clip that AOH showed, the sycophant gang, or Shannon Sharp, Chad Ochocinco, and some jackass's name that I can't remember, were all glazing him for it. That's why anything that has taken place after, to me, 2000 will never be in the first book. All of that shit can go in the second book because I don't care. I've also wondered, given that LeBron is now the oldest player in the NBA, anything that he accomplishes, he's the oldest player to do it. How many times do they have to keep saying he's the oldest person to score a triple-double? Well, he's the oldest person in the fucking NBA, so duh. And he also didn't earn that triple-double. It was gifted to him. There doesn't seem to be a standard for greatness anymore. I think I mentioned it in one of Self-Researched NBA Facts videos that they've moved the goalposts so close that if any of these players take a single step, it's now considered greatness. The most pedestrian of accomplishments are now praised and glorified as greatness. You don't have to earn anything anymore. You don't have to overcome anything anymore. It can be blatantly gifted to you, and there are still people that will praise and applaud you for it. I mean, maybe it's because the type of individual that I am, the type of man that I am, I wouldn't be okay with that. It would be like if somebody came over to my house and saw the way that I've been able to set it up as a crippled, and they're like, hey, congratulations, you did that all by yourself. I tell them to go fuck themselves. It's the exact same thing. It feels like pandering. And I won't be fucking pandered to. But clearly, what are supposed to be elite athletes love being pandered to. They just want obsequious compliments, and they don't even care if they're fucking real. Where have men gone? Because these aren't fucking men. Men don't act like this. I don't get it. I really don't. It's funny, one of, my best friend doesn't watch sports at all, especially basketball. And recently, his Instagram was overrun with reels about LeBron. And most of them were talking about what a complete ass he is. And he's like, is it really this bad? So I started showing him the really bad things, especially the fanboys just, I don't even have words to describe what the hell they do. I sent him a post where a fanboy was talking about he would happily give his life for LeBron and he's ready. That's a fucking mental health issue. That's not normal. That's a sickness. Like, that needs to be studied because there's something fucking wrong with you. But he had no idea because he's just not a part of that world at all. So he was immediately disgusted, especially because he did watch basketball at least some in the 80s and 90s. And he's like, how the fuck do people even respect this guy? And I was like, dude, I don't know. There's been a dramatic shift in the definition of greatness, the standard of greatness, and it's no longer greatness. It's promoting yourself and your brand to the point that people just believe it because they're mindless automatons with zero ability to critical think. They don't question anymore. They don't challenge anymore. They just see a headline or see a post or hear a clip, and now it's fact. And they'll repeat it until the day that they die because they don't ever question it in any capacity. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you made it to the end, I certainly appreciate it. As always, I want to give a shout out to the content creators that continue to inspire me to do this. Uncommon Sense, Angry Old Hoops, Self-Researched NBA Facts, 93Z, Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncut Hoops, Beam Engine, In Your Face Hoops, Eddie TV, Kings Beach Row, Goatcast Hoops, DZ Shooting. I always appreciate your guys' takes, your perspectives, and your humor. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.